how to measure performance outside of rankings, accreditation and feedback forms. Let's begin with the basics. What do you wish your school to be known for? It helps to imagine the business school as a raft, not quite the sophisticated Noah's Ark, but a raft floating on an ocean. The raft is subject to constant movement, some predictable, some unexpected, potentially dangerous, potentially rewarding. Survival depends on the strength of the raft, the knowledge of the sea and its moods, the navigation skills of the crew. Let's start with the raft and look at it a little more closely. What's the raft made of? What's its construction? How is it propelled? How strong are the materials? And what are the supporting systems like? For example, its IT and communication and its capacity to repair itself. Before building the raft, one's got to measure the right things. The strength and quality of the base, the availability and skills of the sailors, the reliability and availability of data about the site and who is to be using the raft. There's no room for fake data. So in order to measure performance, it's important for the business school to prepare the foundation, to prepare the base. Or it needs to be able to repair and renew the base. And the process of repair and renewal can begin in a business school context with knowledge. Knowledge of the assets, knowledge about the faculty and professional staff, two critical assets. And how are they to be measured? They have to be measured in the context of competition, but we'll come to that. The professional staff and the faculty provide the large part of the infrastructure. This infrastructure is useful for discerning, gathering, analysing, and transmitting knowledge. I call this infrastructure the intelligence infrastructure. So the business school, in repairing, renewing its base, needs to be able to measure the right things. We've talked about them. The measurement, I think, has to begin with the capacity to formulate a strategy that can be used in its operational dimension for assembling and using the infrastructure intelligence. To do this as the seas around the business school change. For example, the components of the strategy need to include allies who will support you or come to your aid. Do you know the allies with whom you can build alliances? Perhaps as part of your renewal and reinvigoration of the school. The building of alliances with the right partners, marrying up and not marrying down, arranging a good marriage, will provide an important base for measuring performance. Others will measure your performance by the quality of the company you keep. The strategy as well needs to include a sense of priorities about long and short-term achievements. Which are the ones you want to get done quickly? Some people call this low-hanging fruit. But some of this fruit has got to be able to support the long-term achievements that take more work, perhaps more alliances, changes to the intelligence infrastructure, so that the infrastructure includes contemporary methods of transmitting, gathering and discerning knowledge. This is related to the initial question I began with about what's the purpose of the business school. What do you wish it to be known for? To ride on the wave of international success? COVID has told us that can be challenging. Or is it to be one of service predominantly, either service to a local community, a national or an international community of scholarship and of achievement? So just let me conclude with a few guiding questions. Prior to measurement of performance, audit the base. Is the base flexible or rigid? How can it get elements of both? Is it able to withstand pressure? That is the intelligence infrastructure able to withstand pressure? Do the systems have sufficient intelligence or access to it to survive and prosper? I suggest if you are able to deal with those questions, a high reputation will follow, and you can enjoy looking at the fine artwork around the world of the story of Noah's Ark. Thank you.